Every moment that you are alive is the only moment that matters. The past is a glass house and we throw stones trying to shatter walls that need to come down. We are all architects of negativity, brick by brick of bold thoughts holding together bodies, bound by blood but burned by love, so we let bugs into our house. And each infestation is a manifestation of our own insecurities until the walls come down. Be aware of the model you are building. Allow enough room for God. Give Jesus the floor plan. Let Buddha have a spare key so that he may open up the blind when you are blind to your own light. Let your home be a haven for heaven, but dig deep if the walls need to come down. And people are insane, living like zombies, blindly walking, even stalking themselves, staring at computer screens that poison their pockets and claiming the key to a connection is really an infection of the mind. We are born with the breath of rhythm, yet we cut the cords of our connection and we find ourselves stuck between the intersection of freedom and ego. But which way will you go when your walls need to come down? I have been known to obsess over obsessiveness. I have been known to sit comfortable in uncomfortable chairs. I have been known to keep friendships when they do nothing but harm. What about you? Do you sound an alarm when your foundation is on fire, or do you fan the flames long enough for 5 o'clock to roll around? Well, this is not happy hour. This is not the time to sit 8 hours behind the desk of your own shadow. This is the time for a new revolution where love is the solution to the troubles of the world, with weapons of mass reconstruction, rebuilding houses whose walls need to come down. Thank you. This is a poem about the N-word and the F-word. 2 words with 2 G's spread hate like a disease. The smoke is everywhere and I can't breathe. It only took one arm to squeeze the life out of an unarmed man. The only thing in his hands were the lifelines embedded on his palms. Now we stand on the front line singing songs of injustice. We'll sing the melody and we'll hum the tune while digging graves for another life gone too soon. 2 words with 2 G's spread hate like a disease. The smoke is everywhere and we can't breathe. What kind of world do we live in where women and men have to fight for the right to love? What kind of world do we live in when a private union is a public sin? It's the same world where Charles Manson can easily get a marriage license from jail. Is love for sale? Or is it in the hands of politicians whose lifelines have long since lost their way, whose want for one is greater than the needs of all, taking negative steps on a path toward enlightenment? The math doesn't add up. 2 words with 2 G's spread hate like a disease. The smoke is everywhere and I can't breathe. Speaking of math, television promotes division. We are losers in the war for ratings. It's the great divide and we can't hide from the deception. Be careful of the way truth is portrayed or your mind will sway toward a negative perception. But if we all open up our hands, we will see that we are united by the lifelines embedded in our palms. Don't deny our connection. 2 words with 2 G's spread hate like a disease. The smoke is everywhere and we can't breathe. And this is not a black or white thing. This is a human rights thing. Thank you. I'm getting married in less than 3 months. And she is in the audience. All right. And I wrote a new poem about her. I don't think she's heard. Yeah, she hasn't heard this. This is brand new. This is about the photo that I felt like should have broken the internet rather than that Kim Kardashian crap. It's one of our engagement photos, and it's just us standing at Hampton Park. And it's a beautiful photo, and I wrote a little poem about it, brand new. It's called Snapshot. A fragmented frame holds the memory of a solid foundation. Inside rests a photo of two people. One, a woman whose bright red smile is the blood-red beat of my heart's muscle, who's centered in the frame perfectly in place, like the center of the earth's core. The other, a man who leans into her like the trees behind them, leaning toward the sun. They paused for this moment to pause the chaos of life, to be a monument of the love they were born to make, sworn by the ring that rests on her finger. Thank you. All right, I think I'll do one more, because my voice is about to go. This is about my two favorite cities, New Orleans and Charleston, part one. The morning rises with smoke and the water drowns out the sky, washing your music away. New Orleans, you are silent today. Your muted colors were splashed upon television screens, your ink darkened newspapers, smearing silhouettes all over our hands, and we are helpless. Restless with worry, wondering when Bourbon Street will dance again. When men will make love to the evening air with saxophones, where somebody soaks up the atmosphere with spicy Cajun food, speaking Creole New Orleans. You have so much soul. And now I dream in jazz rhythms, closing my eyes to feel the drum beat that rests steady beneath the ruin. It echoes heavy, like the heartbeat of families forced to flee the floodwaters, where melodies no longer float through the air, instead they lay there, unable to breathe. But you will find your beat again. It will rise with the morning air, and the water will sing to the sky, and our tears will write new songs for jazz to sing, for jazz to sing. Part two. Charleston, where the sidewalks scream on Saturday nights and the corners rotate budding musicians with skin-tight dreams, where strings of pearls search for salvation, then sweat out their frustrations on the backs of rooftops, where the homeless sprout like weeds through concrete seeking $2, a handshake, and a little bit of sunshine. And the humidity chokes you out of breath, but you still manage to speak to the spit-shine waiters who serve $95 bottles of wine, and 5 blocks away, a $5 pitcher of liquid gold spills on the canvas of sticky floors, and love lingers on cobblestone streets and narrow alleyways, and the smell of sex is the foundation for first and last impressions. We live in Charleston, where seeing people gasp for air from knee-deep bills and dirt-cheap thrills, and those with no sense of history's melody sync with the songs of the city's slaves. And the poets, we scrape stanzas off of streetlights, and if we scream loud enough, maybe someone will hear, because we live in Charleston. Thank you so much.